confidence and bravery, and I know I've said that before, but to kind of pull off a track like that, because I know these guys are quite kind of on it, you know, and they've got loads of energy, and if you compare it to their other tracks, it's you know, such a diversity, isn't it? But it's, you know, I love the drums, I love the way it builds up, and it's I've heard it now quite a few times, and I'm like, yeah, you know, as soon as you hear it again, I think, yeah, I really like this track. And it's so nice to have that come down, isn't it, from all of the heavy rock, to kind of have that. But yeah, really good on them for pulling a track like that out. It takes a lot of confidence and musicianship to do it.
Well, there's sort of a rhyme or reason to my playlist, kind of, but not, you know.
What are you saying? You do prep.
Well, I do prep. It just doesn't mean, but it doesn't change like 50 times before I put it out. I didn't even have to put it out. I was like, oh no, maybe I'll. And a lot of times, like,
you don't just mix it up in a cauldron and just chuck it out there, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Some of the lists are harder than others, but I mean, I enjoy doing it. But sometimes, like, oh my god, and I'll listen to it, it's like, no, yeah, that's good. And then on the air, we're listening, it's like, no, I'm gonna switch that one last minute. That doesn't fit.
Yeah, I think well, that's natural, and I think even when I'm doing my shows on Freedom FM, I do the same. It's like I'll have them in an order, but if you're interviewing someone or chatting, sometimes it just doesn't work, that particular track. So it's good to do that, isn't it? Change it up a bit. As long as I don't get too flustered with all my stuff here, because I've got so much to deal with now.
It's just too much.
What are you, a radio DJ?
Yeah. You do realize what you're doing, right? So
you just like to see me juggling loads of balls, don't you?
Oh, phrasing. That's going on the phrasing reel for sure.
Oh, and, come on, what we got next?
Okay, yeah.
Get off it, boy.
One of the last bands I got a good story for compared to phrasing, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So. Next up, let's see, we have Shape of the Sun. This is off his new EP, Lovely Lungs. This one's called I Feel Like I Feel. Dig this.
Is this what you wanted? It's not enough for me. I've always been haunted by a face that you can't see. Is this what you wanted? It's not enough for me. I've always been haunted by a face that you can't see. Is this what you wanted? It's not enough for me.
Right on. That was Shape of the Sun with I Feel Like I Feel off his new EP, Lonely Lungs. And there's actually a video for that now as well. And he's posted a few times online. It's actually a really good video. So really cool song. Really dig it. And like Nate is a super cool guy. I've interviewed him a few times and really fun to talk to. And one of these days I'm going to have to make it out to Ohio to see one of his shows, which is about 5 hours from here. But my old man's in Michigan, so I can sub at his house and spend the night if I need to. But yeah, great tune.
Yeah, I really enjoy his style of music, and it's a really mean beginning on that. It's cool. I think his vocals are very clean and crisp. There's something quite special about them, you know, when you're hearing them. And it's very catchy and a confident track. And it's really cool.
Right. Well, just before we move on, I'm not sure if she's listening now or be listening later, so shout out to my girl Ashley if she's listening. We're having a good night, and I'll speak to you soon. But either way, don't normally do that, and that's kind of very few and far between. But let's get on to our next song. Our next song is a band called The Brinks, and this one's called On My Way. Dig this.
Nobody believes Take those goddamn dancers to the floor. Take them to the floor. Running out to pasture, the ride is strong again. Echoes in the feeling, blinding in the end. So get down on your knees. Get down on your knees. It's time to play. Get down on your knees. It's time to play. Get down on your knees. It's time to play. Nobody believes me. I'll be on my way. Guess it's time for leaving.
The Brinks, On My Way. Now, that was like, I got a lot of different influences out of that band, and one of them was like early GNR, so Appetite for Destruction, but more obviously the acoustic side. Not that there were too many, but with like Patience and that sort of thing. And actually, I think that was off their EP Lies as well. But anyways, it was really cool. And then a little bit of mix of like say maybe late '70s, early '80s, and then kind of like the '90s alternative. But it was a great tune. I love the way it flowed, and the vocals were really good, and just kind of give you like a bunch of different genres all kind of wrapped into one.
Yeah, I mean, the vocals are very strong and distinct, and I love the kind of slow groove build up at the beginning, with the guitar riff as well, but really, really good production on that, and obviously very confident. It's very kind of crisp, tight production on that. It's good.
Right on. So next up is one of your submissions, and it's the band that hasn't been playing on the show for a while, but I did interview them quite a few times, and the band's called Puppet Rebellion, so go ahead, B.
Yeah, well, I was uber excited, and I feel the same with you. I mean, I've seen these guys a few times. I've seen them up north, and I've seen them down south. So I've seen them with their, with the changeover of lead singer, and they've had quite a few movements in the band, and I'm pretty impressed that they've kept it. It's still tight, and it's still getting there, and they've got a video with this, and I kind of like it because they're all in a cage, and I think that's quite interesting. But there we are. Let's move on and listen to the track.
So here you go. Here you go with the Puppet Rebellion and Slave. Dig this.